Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or New Year's, which holiday is your favorite?
Well, I personally love Christmas, but we're actually going to be celebrating the entire holiday season this morning with a sweet but spicy round of hot topics and a lot of cooking.
I love that. This special holiday edition of New Day Northwest starts right now.
It's a new day.
From the Virginia Mason Franciscan Health Studio at King 5, this is New Day Northwest.
Good morning and welcome to this special edition of New Day Northwest. I'm Kelly Hansen.
And I'm Susie Wiley, co-hosting this morning. So fun. And you know, the holiday season is prime time here at New Day. All the holidays lead us to so many festive segments. You know, we love it.
Oh, we absolutely do. And with the holidays usually come lots of time in the kitchen cooking, which we'll get to in a bit. But first, lots of family time. Which has us, of course, kicking off the show this morning with a round of hot topics with our New Day fam, which we love. Producers Joseph and Rebecca join us now. This is going to be a blast.
This is so fun.
This is going to be fun because it is a favorite topic of ours.
Absolutely.
Holidays. Yeah. Okay, so in the fall, winter months, we
Yes.
really have kind of the best right there. 4 jam-packed holidays. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then we have to add New Year's.
Of course.
Prime time for us here.
Favorite? You know mine's Christmas, but what about you?
I love Thanksgiving. I love a food holiday, obviously.
Wow, that's a surprise.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Makes sense for me when you think about it, I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
So do you love it way more than you love, say, Christmas?
I just think Christmas, like gift giving, I like
What?
that, but it's kind of stressful. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. That's good.
Thanksgiving is like Christmas with no gifts.
Pressure.
Sort of.
Yeah, the pressure.
Yeah. I know
Okay, I
there's
get
more to
that.
the holidays than
Yeah.
that, but in
Yeah.
a practical sense.
Rebecca,
Okay,
thoughts?
well, there's things that I love about all of them. Maybe not New Year's.
I was going to say New Year's is a big no for me.
But I mean, Halloween is great. But when you grow up in the Pacific Northwest and you trick or treat with like in the rain, like that's not so fun. I do love a Thanksgiving. It is so underrated.
Yes.
You've got the football, you've got the
Agreed.
food, you've got the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. You get to decorate right after you eat.
All right.
But Christmas is definitely number one.
I'm liking it a little better. What about
Christmas
you?
has got to be number one for me. I think just like our family holiday traditions too, which I want to talk about with everyone. It's just such a special time, and my mom and dad used to just make that so special growing up. So good memories.
I think because the foods I don't love about Thanksgiving.
Oh.
I don't either.
That maybe part of it?
I don't like turkey.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
Wait, what?
I don't really either.
I know that's like, but I love the sides. So, and maybe I just
I
need
don't
a different menu.
Y'all
but-
Christmas girlies can stay together and I'll enjoy all the Thanksgiving food
Well,
myself.
cheers to whatever holiday you like with eggnog.
I don't know
love
about this.
eggnog.
I do not.
What? Okay.
Okay, this is what you should do with eggnog.
Throw it in your coffee.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Or just throw it.
I love eggnog.
I
Maybe
like the
that's
taste, but it is so much dairy, y'all.
Yeah.
So you like it. You love it.
I love it, especially like an eggnog latte is so delicious. Yeah. That's great.
Okay. And then pumpkin pie too. Also, I know you love it.
Pumpkin pie,
do not.
pumpkin anything, like pumpkin muffins, pumpkin like spice latte again, pumpkin pie. Like I cannot wait to eat this.
Well, I think, the holidays are they're all so much centered around food, but do y'all like disagree with your significant others about like what's on the menu? Because I know for me, like for Christmas, it's like prime rib. My significant other, he feels it's ham, and I just think that's wrong. But
See, I don't really care. I feel like my mom has always run the show with like the menu, and if anyone feels really passionate, like I really want to make this menu, I'm like, that sounds so great
like, I'll be there
for
to
you.
eat it.
Yeah, I will do whatever you want. in the
So I'm
kitchen.
going to step in and try and help your relationship
Decode,
here.
yes.
Could you do one for Christmas Eve and then one for Christmas Day?
That's fair.
Sure. Yes, we could.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Look at
So you
problem
both,
solving.
would get that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that you mentioned the holiday traditions.
Yes.
And eggnog's one of them, and I know pumpkin pie in your family is one of them. But we were talking about family traditions, and your family does it in a big
We
way.
go all out. So we do Santa pictures still.
Yeah.
All of my siblings are in their 30s.
Explain.
We even bring the dog Achilles, which is a feat in him, like he's a Great Dane. And even my parents snuck in this photo. They were like, you guys. But we've had them like since I was a newborn. It's always been, we go and get Santa pictures. Middle school, this all but took me out. I mean, I was like, you guys, this is so embarrassing. People are gonna see me at Bellevue Square sitting on Santa's lap.
Is it always the Bell Square one?
It usually is always the Bell Square one. We've had to switch it up now. That one was at Redmond Town Center because the dog.
Oh,
the
they
dog
won't
was
take the
so
dog.
important
Okay.
that we had to make sure we had to go somewhere with the dog. And then my dad also, Chuck Hansen. Shout out to you, Dad. He's gonna love this.
He does something on Christmas Day.
Yes, Christmas morning, he still makes all of us, adult children, mind you, sit on top of the stairs, and then he records us.
Here's your dad right
Here
here.
he is,
Okay,
in their festive matching sweaters, with commentary always.
you can hear
like,
him, I think, say,
Yeah, it's like,
come on, everybody.
come on, time to go now. So ever since we were little, like we used to chase, you know, my brothers would push each other, run into the tree,
Yes.
like who got there first to look at the presents. Now it's like no one's running. Everyone's like tired, like look, and we're like,
there's
do we
your
really
dad.
still have to sit there? And every year he's like,
I love the camcorder.
get in
I do too.
position, right? And it's like I don't even think any of us have seen those videos.
you
Like
need
if
to
there's
see those,
VHS tapes, like it's a.
You're in the business. You
But
need to put those
I know.
tapes
I think
together.
that would be a really plug your ears out. I think that would be a very nice Christmas
That
gift for
would
him
be.
this year to kind of string it.
Oh, I love
all
your
together.
dad. That's great.
But-
And I will say, when we were talking about this and found out
Yes.
about you, something about you in a letter to Santa.
Yes, my
Family tradition,
my
yes.
mother. There's me.
Oh.
Thanks. Shout out to Janice, my mom, for finding that photo. But,
Very quickly.
Janice, we
Thanks,
love
Janice.
it.
yeah, Spokane Valley. She would ask me to write a letter to Santa, which is very normal. But I think I did it until my senior year of high school, which is maybe a little bit late.
Wow.
I don't know. Who could say? But
And did Santa deliver?
he sure did.
Well, then there you go.
Actually,
That's
then that's
the.
worth it.
It is worth it.
Worth it. How about you? Did you have any traditions?
Oh man, we have tons of traditions. I think one of my favorite ones is we. Growing up, we always had Christmas Eve with the extended family.
Right.
So aunts,
Yes,
uncles, cousins,
yes.
everything. Now we still do that, not on Christmas Eve, like a couple weeks beforehand, but you know, Santa Claus makes an appearance. I will say, he has been coming to this function. He must know how important it is because he's been coming for decades.
Boom.
Wow.
And it's amazing, and I love it.
I
But
love
he only
that.
comes when we sing, "Here comes Santa Claus,
Obviously.
here comes Santa
Oh,
Claus."
nice.
So
Yeah.
it's,
We're gonna let
it
you
really
sing
it makes me excited when that song comes on
the
because I know
holiday
what's
music.
happening.
Yeah.
That's a whole
I
other
think
thing.
something else is going to make
Yeah.
you really, really excited, and we have to get to this topic. After election season, it's probably one thing that we shouldn't be talking about over our pumpkin pie and everything politics. You know, maybe just leave that. But you had a good idea that we should be talking about aliens.
Okay.
This.
So,
What?
okay. Here's the thing. There's not a lot that we can agree on these days,
That's true.
right?
Fair.
That's
True.
true.
But we are all united under one thing, which is we have to keep this world safe.
Yeah.
Right?
From?
This is
Say it.
okay.
Where's this going?
Just say it.
No, okay, so there's this thing on Netflix. It's called Invasion Alien, and I am obsessed.
Okay.
He is saying, basically, I had not ever heard this before, but you know, we've known that they've been coming for a long time, but they're here. And they are in the water.
What?
They're living in colonies in the water.
She is actually
this
pretty
is a
serious
legit
about
journalist.
She is pretty serious about this. So you're saying that we should be paying more attention and
the
that because
water
they're-
in the ocean.
You're
because,
saying aliens will unite us.
because they're here.
Aliens will
Yes.
unite
Right.
us in this time where we
Yeah.
need
I have to tell you,
uniting.
that show exists. It's called Star Trek. I don't know if you've heard. That is literally what that show is. Anyways.
We have something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your alien fact.
for you.
Assume.
You guys are all going to thank me when we get.
When they-
Congress,
when they're here.
get on this because there are answers that need to be
Oh boy.
Okay.
out there.
I will say this. I do think it's a pretty great idea to divert
Yes.
at the family
I think we
table
can all
to
agree on that.
aliens. And
Aliens.
I'm actually planning to do that because I do think
Yes.
that's a pretty genius idea, right?
It would be nice to be like, Aunt Jill, aliens.
What
go.
do you think?
Go.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Cows that have been.
Yeah, bring
Oh,
up
the cows are
Tell us about
involved.
the cows.
There are cows that
my
they're
gosh.
on the ground and they've been. Parts
Eviscerated.
have been taken, no blood.
Oh.
No blood, and this has been happening in the snow. You'd think there'd be something, some sign. I'm just telling you,
I
you
think
guys,
the hat
you are
is
going to
making
thank
it
me.
worse, folks.
You are going to thank me. All of you at home, aliens that'll keep the peace at your Thanksgiving
I
Christmas table.
I will
might.
agree to that.
I will agree to that too, and I guess we all need to watch Netflix
Yeah.
and just
Invasion alien.
I know. I want to watch
Invasion
that.
Alien.
As
No,
a,
I
as a
kinda do
believer
too.
myself.
Investigation
Oh,
alien.
yeah.
Oh, I'm
okay.
I really like aliens. But anyways, that's
Yeah.
a whole other thing.
And
for
I
another
think,
day.
given how you're feeling about different meals and things like that, we can give each other more space and find solutions.
Yes.
I think the aliens would want us to. Wait, do we like the aliens or we do not like the aliens? I just want to be clear about
I'm going to be a little scared swimming in the ocean.
A lot of people say they come in peace.
Yeah.
But
I think they're hiding in the ocean because they want to stay away from us for a reason. But anyways.
I actually didn't know they were hiding in the ocean.
Well,
so
I
I've
didn't
actually
either, and
learned
now I'm
something
not going
today.
to swim
Yeah.
anymore. Okay,
all
anyways,
right.
thank you. Producers Joseph and Rebecca are going to be sticking around for more hot topics later in the show, including a controversial taste test of fruitcake, okay?
No.
But first, we have a cake recipe you're actually going to want to try. We've got 2 awesome cooking guests headed your way this hour. Coming up in just a bit, we're in the kitchen cooking up a delicious chocolate cake with Milk Street. Also ahead, Justine Snacks has 1 million followers on Instagram, and she's in our kitchen showing us how to make a galette with a very unique vinegar caramel. Ooh! And we've also got a very competitive round of holiday heads up headed your way. What are the holidays without a little family game time? I don't know. Stay with us.
New Day Northwest is back now from the Safeway Kitchen.
Welcome back. What are the holidays without delicious food? Well, I'm super excited to bring you our next guest who has more than 1 million followers on Instagram, and I'm one of them. She's known as Justine Snacks on social media. Justine Dorn is known for her innovative yet approachable recipes, and she's now out with her debut cookbook, Justine Cooks, and she joins me now. Welcome to New Day. I'm so excited to have you.
I'm so excited to be
I'm
here.
a big fan.
Oh my God, thank you so much for having me, and I'm so excited to cook apple recipes with you, or
it
holiday
smells
recipes.
delicious. It's a perfect kind of cozy meal.
100%.
I made it a meal. It's a whole meal.
I mean, dessert is a whole meal. I mean, come on.
I like that. So tell us exactly what we're going to make.
We're making an apple rye galette with vinegar caramel, which I know as soon as I say vinegar caramel, I really start to freak people out, but it is
That's
an
okay.
apple galette with a really good caramel is how you should think of it.
I trust you.
So we have our filling going.
Okay.
If you don't mind browning a little butter for me while I roll out the crust.
And I do know, since I watch you, that you love a brown butter.
I love a brown butter. I just think once you go brown butter, you don't go back.
Nope.
I mean, you can go back. There's a cookie in the book without a brown butter, but I always prefer a little bit of brown
It
butter.
elevates your chocolate for sure if you're making a chocolate chip cookie. Are there tips to browning butter?
Well, I think people are afraid to make it go really, really dark, and you're not really going to go too dark unless you see it get black. So I always say just go that extra level. And here, what we're doing is, I think it's pretty good. We can put it in with the apples.
Oh, it's done now?
Let's give it 15 more seconds.
Okay.
But
And while you're rolling, tell me about the dough itself.
the dough itself is part of the rye. So it uses, I think, 30% rye flour, and then the rest is all-purpose flour. And I think it makes the best pie crust because it gives a little bit of nuttiness, a little bit of interest that balances really nicely with super caramely, super rich, super like cozy apples.
Okay, well, I love a crust, so I'm all in. And I see with the brown butter, you start to get the little bits down there. Don't be afraid of those, right? I
No.
guess?
So what is actually happening when you brown butter is the liquid is separating from the milk solids in butter, and it's actually only the milk solids that are toasting. So everybody's worried. They're like, "Oh, my brown butter is like flaking," and I'm like, "No, that's exactly what you
What it's
want.
supposed to be?
That's what you get. That's where you get that like toasty, marshmallowy
And
flavor."
I'm seeing this kind of dark caramel on the bottom. So is that?
You're seeing the flex. So this is like on the lighter side.
Okay, you want me to keep going?
I honestly
While you're
think the
rolling?
lighter side, we can keep going while I roll.
Okay, you
and
tell me.
a tip for rolling, which is why you're seeing me smacking, is that'll just cool the dough. But otherwise, I got to put my muscle into it.
Okay, because you're doing this from a chilled.
I like a chilled dough because as your dough is cold, it is a little harder to work with, but that lets the butter pockets really stay solid. And
Okay.
when those expand in the oven, that gets you a nice little flaky crust. So I always tell people if you can chill your dough for 12 hours, that's much better, but you just need 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. 12 is optimal, or 30 minutes.
Or 30
Okay.
minutes. This is looking perfect.
Okay.
So that
All
can
right.
go in with the apples. And what people are always surprised.
My work is done here.
You did great. Oh, actually, wait. No, I can make you do
Okay.
more if you're game.
Oh, do we need this, or do we? Okay.
We're done with the butter.
Okay.
In goes a little bit of brown sugar
Okay.
and just a pinch of salt because I'm a big fan of salty sweet.
Oh, okay.
So it's like the apples are already, of course, sweet, but
Right.
the brown butter gives them like a toasty, roasty, kind of like, I keep saying toasted marshmallow, but that's the flavor that it brings.
Right.
And then the brown sugar adds not too much sweetness, but just a touch so the apples have something to work with in the oven.
And does it matter the kind of apple we choose?
Okay, this is my hot
Hot tip coming at us?
tip / opinion. I really think do whatever apple calls to you.
Okay.
I know, like some apples are really tart, but people like that. So some apples are really sweet, like a Honeycrisp or a Cortland. And then there are some apples that, like Pink Lady, which have a flavor profile you wouldn't usually do for the holidays. But if you're a fan and that's the apple you have in your house, go for it. I will say Washington Reds, love you, Washington.
You love, okay.
But
no, not. I get that. I get that. We have a lot of choices, so make a better choice. I get that one. So I have been watching you on Instagram and YouTube. You started in 2020 in a sunny little corner of your apartment in Brooklyn.
Been watching forever.
And I have with the induction stove, and I look, here you are cooking. This is one of your videos.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was a good one.
What was your hope as you began in that time that wasn't so great in teaching, and what were you thinking that you could accomplish or help us with?
So I always say my 3 favorite things about my job is 1, making recipes, 2, creating beautiful videos, but 3, connecting with people. Because in a world where we're on our phones and we might not be feeling like we're connecting on our phones, I wanted to show through my food that you can connect. Either through stories or the recipes that you're making. That was what was important to me. I wanted people to feel like the recipes that I was sharing made them feel equipped in their kitchen, but also connected in their kitchen.
Well, I felt that way. So I know, based on how big the social media is, you're really resonating with people.
I hope so. That's my favorite part about like writing the book and making recipes is that when I want people to feel like they're understanding what I'm saying and also getting resonating with what the recipes are doing.
And they're approachable, not simple. I don't want to say that because they can be complex, but they're approachable, which I like.
That, yes, I say they're simple to execute, but complex in flavor and ideas.
I like that. Tell me about the caramel sauce as you keep rolling that out.
I was about to say, the dough is giving me work. No. The dough is giving me a time, but the caramel that we have reduced is you actually take vinegar and reduce it by half. And that actually gives a nice, do you want to taste?
Yes, I do.
That actually gives a nice, do we have a little spoon?
That's okay, I'll dip my fork in before I try the galette.
But that gives a nice balance to caramels that are usually so cloyingly sweet.
Ooh.
And this is not just any vinegar, it's apple cider vinegar.
Oh yeah.
So you're getting that flavor of the apples.
Okay, you first get the hit of the apples. And then you get that sweetness.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait to see how this works.
And then my other hot tip is, you know how you usually egg wash a pie crust to make it golden? I put the caramel on the pie crust.
Around the edges?
Around the edges.
Okay.
So I think one more push and then I'm ready to assemble. Whew. I came here to work.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I take some of these apples?
Okay, yeah. So take the apples. So I've mixed those apples.
Thank you. Do you want to help?
Perfectly. And then, okay, is there a... I'm looking at yours. Oh, there is an actual.
There is a design, but I also love to just, this is a great activity if you have, kids or people that you're like, okay, it's Thanksgiving, I need to give them something.
Oh,
Arranging
great
apples
idea.
is great. As that's what I do whenever I go over to like family gatherings and I'm cooking. If I can outsource some of the tasks, I feel like that makes cooking more fun.
It does.
And also makes everybody, again, feel more connected.
Right, there's a buy-in.
Yeah.
I made that, or I helped Justine make that.
Exactly.
Right.
And then, of course, they might take the recipe and do it at their house.
While you're doing that, do you mind if I cut and try? Because
Absolutely.
I don't want to miss this moment.
Oh my God, of course. And we have some whipped cream there.
So when you've done arranging, you're going to fold over, I know.
Yes. I will get the little edges over. And just
and then you brush the caramel on?
Brush the caramel on the edges. And also, what I like about a galette is it doesn't have to be perfect. You'll very much see my edges are not the most pristine, but it's nice and rustic.
Yeah, I like that.
Ooh, that's a good slice.
I'm doing a slice for you as well. Is
Thank
that all
you.
right? Okay.
No, I'm very hungry. That's the thing about cooking is like the amount of chef snacks I have, where I just like take a little apple here and there. Oh, that's beautiful.
And then you have even leftover caramel if you want to drizzle it.
Well, the leftover caramel goes on top of the apples, so you get double caramel, which is why we make sure it's not so sweet.
And what else can people find in the book while I eat?
I know we did a dessert heavy recipe today, but I love vegetables. I love savory. So if you're looking for other holiday recipes, there's like crusted sweet potatoes in the book that I love. There's blackened squash in tomato brown butter that people have been loving on Instagram. So I love the book because it's got desserts, but also a healthy amount of vegetables.
I have to say, sorry you're doing all the work and I'm eating.
No.
You can eat later.
This is this is my dream.
This crust is delicious.
Good.
The rye flour, who'd have thought? And the apples?
It's all about balancing. It's all about mixing together flavors that will just marry well. So like nutty rye flour, really nice caramel.
Oh, thank you for this. this
you for
morning.
having me.
And everybody has the recipe, of course, in the corner. You can get that right there. Thank you so much. When we come back, we're headed to Seattle's Capitol Hill to visit what we think must be one of the most festive bars in the whole city. Stay with us. I'll be right here. Welcome back.
Yes.
The holidays are one of the most fun times of the year to get out there and enjoy time with friends and family.
And if you're looking for a night out with some festive cheer, we have one Capitol Hill bar you're going to want to see. Here's Evening St. Brian.
The dive bar is cozy, it's dark, it's warm.
And this one is decorated ceiling to floor with Christmas kitsch. Case in point, the Wall of Bows.
We hand stapled every single one with staple guns. It's about 4,000-ish. People walk in and immediately have their phones out. They're taking pictures, and that's kind of the best part, is like watching people walk in here and just like their eyes light up. I can see them saying, wow. It's really kind of rewarding to see that after doing all of this.
The festive vibes extend upstairs to a ski chalet.
It's really, really cozy.
There's a nice list cocktail menu. That includes the popular Mary Ube Cocoa. If you're avoiding alcohol, they also have marshmallow hot chocolate and zero-proof spirits.
Like if you come in and you have a request, they'll grant it and they'll make your little Christmas wish come true.
Snacks include fresh popped corn, a classic cheese ball, and Chex Mix, homemade by the kitchen manager.
The thing that I think is like really special about what we've done is that everything has been done by people that work with us. So it has been a big family effort for all of us.
You can feel the joy behind it, so raise a glass and snap some memories at the Christmas Dive Bar.
So very festive. And when we come back, it's not a family get-together without a game and a little friendly competition.
It's a round of holiday heads up when we come back.
This is New Day Northwest.
Welcome back to this special holiday episode of New Day Northwest. We know it can be hard to relax during the holidays.
Yes, but taking time for a little competition amongst loved ones is a fabulous way to enjoy some lighthearted fun when the holidays might seem a little stressful.
That's why we've rounded up a couple of our New Day family members, Terry Holloman and stylist Darcy Camden, for a round of Game On.
Oh yeah, we're playing Heads Up Holiday Edition. You all know how this works, but for the people at home, each of us will take turns putting various holiday words on our foreheads.
Our partner will try to get us to guess the word on our card without using any form of the word. So if the clue is snowball, you can't say snow or ball.
There we go. And each of us will have a minute to get through as many words as we can. Darcy and I are a team, and Terry and Susie are a team. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
You can pass, but you can't go back to the ones you missed. And the winners get an inflatable turkey leg and an inflatable piece of pumpkin pie that I've been holding this whole time. Are we ready?
So ready.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it all the holidays or just Thanksgiving?
Who knows?
I have no
We'll
idea.
find out. Surprise,
Okay.
surprise.
So
None.
Susie, you're gonna give clues
Okay.
to Terry, and
Okay.
it's gonna guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
You ready? Rock
Yes.
it.
Okay, this is super cold and a long form, and it comes
Icicle.
down from yes. Okay, and you're all in this. You're around each other. You're
Circle, family,
yes, and your family's all. Your
good
family
answer.
all gets.
together.
Yes. Okay. Oh, and this is you have gifts, and it's an animal and a color, and you all. It's like silly gifts. And you play.
White elephant.
Yes. Yes. Okay, and then you build these outside.
Igloo.
But-
Snowman.
Yes. And then these are fairies dance with these, and they're like the dance of the fairies dance with these, and there's
Nutcracker.
it's in the Nutcracker, and they're a kind of fairy, and they're sweet and a
Sugar
fruit.
plum.
Yes.
Woohoo.
Okay,
How
you
did
eat
you
this
get
at
that?
Thanksgiving.
What?
You eat it at Thanksgiving. It's a
Turkey.
meat. Yes. Okay, and then there's a log. It's a log.
Yule log.
Yes. And then there's a flower. It's a red flower.
It's a what do they call those things?
No, yes.
Think of this
Not a
out.
poinsettia. So it's not a
Yeah, you see
poinsettia.
them in all
It's
the
a
stores. They're ugly. Okay.
mistletoe. Did I say poinsettia?
You did.
Yeah, I didn't want to sound like an idiot and name the wrong plant.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Kelly.
So
your
now
turn.
we're up.
I've never seen that. Look at
I'm
her
ready.
eyes.
I'm
That's what it is.
focused.
Okay.
Super
Oh my
hard
gosh,
one.
are we going?
Yes.
A candy cane flavor.
Okay.
The flavor of a candy cane.
Not a candy cane.
flavor
like
of-
a mint, a spearmint, a peppermint.
Yes. Oh, all around the fire in a blanket.
You're cozy.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, hard. It's a drink. It's like
toddy.
No.
Eggnog.
I think
Coffee we should skip.
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 Pumpkin, apple, cherry.
Spices,
are
spice
all
mix.
types
Pies.
of dessert. Yes.
Oh, sorry, Terry. I
That's
keep
all right.
hitting you.
Branches that you hang above the mantle.
Oh,
or
what, a garland?
yes.
Oh, how did I? Okay,
skip.
forget it.
Hangs from the tree and
ornaments.
Surely
Oh,
their time
yes.
is up. Silvery.
Tinsel.
Yes.
Surely their time is up.
Surely.
No.
Surely.
Amazon delivers
Packages,
Yes.
presents.
Joy and
Love, laughter, fun.
Eat, pray, love.
What? Oh, peace. Peace on earth.
It's on Earth.
Okay,
Hey.
come on, your turn.
Okay, I'm ready.
Wait, how many is that? Are we?
I know.
Who's keeping
I don't know.
score?
Somebody's,
Okay, go,
somebody's
go.
cheating, I think. Let's
Here
go.
we go.
The mask, Utah, what is it? The
Santa?
No, there's a singing,
The
the
carolers?
singers, a whole group of them in the church.
Choir.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Christmas, bright.
Mary and Brian.
No, on your house. Christmas.
American lights.
There you go.
Boom.
Roasting on an open fire.
Oh, chestnuts.
Yep, that's it.
I can sing the song.
Something the snowman.
Frosty.
We got the word, right? Yeah. You put it inside the turkey.
Stuffing.
Yes, it?
Love it.
What
And
in
you
the
drink it on
world?
Christmas. It's white and it's creamy and
eggnog.
nutmeg. Yeah, there we go. I made it out of clay. There it is. Get it up out of here. Rudolph the
Red-nosed reindeer.
That's him. Come on.
That's it. You
I
guys are
drink
cheating.
2% low fat.
Milk.
That's him. That is. Christmas. He's singing these at the doorstep.
carols.
That's it. Holly. Christmas. That's him. Come on. The lights are so.
I am shook.
Bright and shiny.
There you go. Let's go. And the man, he's a cookie and he runs. Can't catch me. That's him.
Oh my
We love our holidays.
Okay, that's it. We gotta go. We gotta go, Darcy. Come on. Here we go. Okay, you put this on the tree. It's not tinsel, but I said this. Yep. You put this on a cake. You
frosting, icing.
Yes. Something in a tree. It's a song. A bird. Something in a. Yes. Thank you. Okay, it's not the turkey day, but it's when you gather with
feast, friends, family.
Yeah, but it's called something.
Friendsgiving.
Yes.
Nice.
You put this. Some people don't like it in the jar. They like it homemade. That you put
cranberry
it's red.
sauce.
But what is in it? The actual.
Cranberries?
Yes. Thank you. Hanukkah. The.
Festival of Lights.
No, just skip it. Okay, this is not usually that great, but people like it. It's a dessert.
delicious.
It has a bunch of raisins in it. Different.
Fruitcake.
Yes. A type of tree that is maybe your Christmas tree. Just skip it. Okay, you sit on his lap.
Santa.
Yes. It's
Terry.
cold. Okay, Susie and Terry win. You guys.
That was incredible.
What do we get?
You get the turkey
I want
leg.
the turkey. Tell me the
We
turkey.
still crushed it. Okay.
All right. Now that we've settled that very well, it's time to hash out a holiday hot take.
Yes, to fruitcake, to not to fruitcake. Up next, one more round of hot topics.
New Day Northwest is back, now from the Safeway Kitchen.
It's time to get messy in the kitchen, but there's delicious cake when we're done, so it's gonna be all worth it. This cake is just one of hundreds of recipes in Milk Street's new cookbook, Bakes, and J.M. Hirsch is back to bake with me. Thank you for being here
Thank you
again.
for having us.
I love when you're on the show because I feel like you show me things that I could actually...
And we eat well.
we eat well, and I could actually maybe do this because you say this one is easy enough.
7 ingredient simple.
Okay. And what is it called that we're making?
This is the Swedish sticky chocolate cake.
Okay.
It's a bit of a tongue twister too.
It is. Okay, what is the first steps?
Okay, so
put me to work.
Now this is the most important ingredient here. This is
brown butter?
Brown butter. Smell that.
Oh my gosh,
the richness that you get, and all you're doing, I mean, this is such a simple thing to do. Look at, do you see this? I mean, no, it's not
It looks
very
like
pretty.
caramel.
It does, doesn't it? And in fact, that's what you're doing. When you brown butter, the milk solids separate, and they caramelize in the bottom of the skillet. And
I mean, yeah, this should just be perfume right here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it's so good, and that adds such depth and richness to this otherwise incredibly simple cake.
And tips on browning the butter for beginners like
low
me.
and slow in a saucepan.
Low and slow.
Occasional
Can I eat
stirring.
this?
Just watch the milk solids as they separate and as they get to that nice brown. You don't want to burn them.
I know.
And just let them get nice and caramelized. That's it.
Okay,
Very
that's
simple.
it.
Okay.
Easy enough.
We have our brown butter, and now we have some eggs.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna whisk those.
Is this cake, do you feel like it's really like moist, decadent? How would you describe this too for people?
All right, I'm gonna ruin all chocolate cakes for you, okay?
That's how we describe it. Make nothing else.
This is a combination of a chocolate cake and the most decadent, moist brownie you can possibly imagine.
Yes. Okay.
And
You sold me then.
So good. All right, so we've whisked together some salt, the eggs, the brown butter.
Okay.
Would you mind giving me some brown sugar,
Not
please?
at all. How do you want me to just dump it in?
Right
okay,
in, yeah.
dump the whole thing. There we
And
go.
brown sugar has molasses in it, and so it has a lot of moisture. And again, that's part of what's contributing to the kind of the intensity of this cake.
Yum.
Okay.
The smell in here. I always wish we had smell-o-vision because it's just the most delicious thing
it is
ever.
really good. Yeah. All right. Now we've got a few lumps there. We're going to try to break
Okay.
those up. There we go.
That's a pro tip. Don't make it lumpy
Yep,
for people.
no lumps.
Okay.
And then we're going to add some all-purpose flour.
Dry ingredients. Okay.
We're going to whisk that in again. Now, once you add the flour, you don't want to work it too much because you don't want to develop gluten, which is, of course, the protein that gives breads and baked goods their structure. We don't want to over-mix it because then it's not going to be a tender cake.
Okay.
Now, of course,
Chocolate, the main ingredients.
some cocoa powder in there.
Do you feel like you have a favorite brand or like specific type of chocolate that, you know, might change up the recipe?
You know, I think you can go. I think the thing to pay attention to is the darkness of the chocolate. You know? And the darker it is, generally the more bitter it is, but also the more intense the flavor. So it's really a spectrum. And these days, even in your regular grocery store, you can find all sorts of different, grades of dark chocolate. So go with whatever you like.
Okay, so
Whatever
it's
your
more
tastes
up
are.
to the baker.
Exactly, what your personal tastes are.
That does look like brownie
Doesn't that look
batter.
amazing?
Oh my gosh.
Now, we can't have just one source of chocolate.
No.
We have to have a second
if
source.
it's decadent,
Exactly.
we need all the chocolate.
So if you would do me the honor of throwing in some chocolate chips.
Look at that.
Now,
Gladly.
I'll tell you, if I was doing this at home, I'd probably add more.
I mean, yeah. Well, I left one over here for me, so it's fine.
There we go.
Yum.
And that's it. I mean, this
That's
is
it.
so simple. It's going to cook in about half an hour.
And then you're going to impress all your guests. My mom would be so impressed with me.
We use a springform pan. Makes
Okay.
it really easy to get it out afterward because the sides just pop right off.
And you put a little parchment in there?
Parchment.
Okay.
And we oil the parchment too, just to make sure we don't have any sticking because it is a sticky chocolate cake.
We're getting messy
Kind
over
of built
here.
into the name, So there we go.
Yum. And you just level it out there?
Yep. We're just going to level
Fabulous.
it out. And don't want to leave any of this behind.
No,
of
never.
course.
You know what I love? You were telling me earlier that you didn't really always love baking, and that made me feel better because, it's kind of, you can't miss a step. Like, or it could all just blow up. So
this is true. I will say I am a late comer to baking because baking requires a bit more precision than just kind of throwing some pasta and sauce together, But that's what I love about editing a book like this because we've made sure the recipes work. They're easy to follow. There's lots of step photos. You know what you're doing. There's no mysteries. We walk you right through it.
that I definitely need. And while I'm taste testing this beautiful decadent cake, tell me about bakes too. Oh, you're gonna put a.
We need more chocolate, of course.
I had no idea. You're the boss. Okay.
See, a little cocoa powder here. There we go.
Very impressive.
There we go. A little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
A little
Just
bit more.
throw it all
There
on.
we go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Calories, what?
So bakes is, well, I like to say it's not your grandmother's Betty Crocker. You know, we took all the recipes that you already know and love.
Yeah.
Chocolate cake.
Right.
Chocolate chip cookies.
You're right, this is
flatbreads.
sticky.
Oh, yes.
I'm getting in there.
And we traveled the world to learn new, better, innovative, exciting, more delicious ways of making the baked goods that we already know and love. So here, a simple chocolate cake.
Which, by the way, 10 out of 10, 15 out of 10. Good word.
Enriched by that browned butter. You know, a simple step, but it changes the whole complexity of the cake. And that's what we did throughout the book with all of these recipes. One of my favorites.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna, again, ruin cookies for you.
It's fine.
Miso peanut butter cookies.
Interesting.
Think of the savory sweet pull of like salted caramel.
Yeah.
Now in a cookie. Yeah. Very.
I've never heard of that, and I feel like there's going to be much more gems in your book, Bakes. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
This was so good. I'm going to eat all of this in the break. JM is sharing this recipe for this sticky cake, and if you can make it, I can make it. We can all make it together. Just use that QR code you see right there on the screen. And happy baking. When we come back, we've got one more round of hot topics, including some strong feelings on Christmas in July and everyone's favorite fruitcake. Or is it? Stay with us.
This is New Day Northwest.
Didn't we have so much fun this morning?
We had a lot of fun, but I think we need one more round of hot topics before we say goodbye.
Absolutely.
Joseph and Rebecca are back with us now.
Yes, and
So
we're
excited.
going to start with another holiday hot take here.
Okay.
We know holidays do big things here, especially at New Day. And Susie, you love Christmas, which we've established. But a couple years ago, I heard Joseph made y'all do Christmas in July special, and that you just were not into this. What is this hot take?
I thought I was giving Susie a gift. She loves
I know
Christmas.
you did.
I'm like, we're gonna do this in July. It'll bring the Christmas
I
joy
did not
to
love
summer.
it.
It's
And
too much.
I was wrong.
I mean, partly I was to blame in the sense that because it was Christmas in July, this place had to look like an explosion
Yes.
of Christmas. So I
Okay.
did go overboard, but it was just too much.
much.
It took away from the specialness
Oh,
for
I'm
me
so
of Christmas.
sorry.
That's okay.
It should be a once in the year thing. Okay.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I was like just yanking the ornaments off the tree and just it's so salty.
That
It was
was
pretty funny.
such a cute
It
day,
was-
though.
it was a great day.
That brought a lot of joy to me. I'm sorry it was maybe a little too much for you, but you know.
I just think we need to keep Christmas right where it is. But that's me. Maybe other people
No,
like Christmas.
I tend to agree with you. I feel like it makes it special because it's like leading up to it, listening to some Christmas like holiday music, and then you go into Christmas. And July is my birthday month, so I guess maybe I'm like, let's just leave that
Yeah,
there.
separate the
Exactly.
holidays.
Rebecca, thoughts?
You know, keep it where it's at for sure. But we could have more celebrations in July. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But maybe just keep the holly jolly jingle away from July.
I did hear that quite a few people started celebrating Christmas in July during COVID.
Yes.
That kind of
That's
gave
what
them
inspired
something
us
to
to
do,
kinda do it,
and that
actually.
was what inspired you.
Yeah.
So I get that, but it is very commercialized. So I guess I understand why they want to have Christmas in July.
It's all about consumers. Let's get real. It's
We're not
about
confused about
spending.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to say that little Christmas tree you made though with like all the beach balls and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
on it, I thought that was so cute.
Oh, that's darn.
Yeah.
It was fun.
So.
But yeah, it's hot in July, and you're
Yeah.
probably like trying to like run around and decorate.
It was-
It's just
yeah.
not the vibe.
Part of it was me, like I said, but I was just at the end, I was like,
Can this be over?
but that's okay. That's okay. Something that is a big holiday tradition for some people is
Some people.
fruitcake. And we're going to do a taste test in the beginning, but first a little history lesson on fruitcake because I've learned a few things. Dates back at least to the Roman times. Archives show they made a concoction of barley mash, pine nuts, and honeyed wine.
Excuse me,
knew?
barley mash?
Barley mash. I didn't want to ask.
doesn't sound
I didn't
good.
want to
I
ask
feel like I
that.
used to give that to my horse.
Maybe your horse would like this.
And this taste test is going to be really great for you. It became an American tradition in 16th century here. New Zealand, it's still traditionally their wedding cake.
Oh no.
And here's the best part, and this is probably a good one for me because you know how I feel about expiration dates, they don't really matter. This will last for decades, if alcohol is used in it because that's a preservative, and so decades later you could eat that same
Oh,
fruitcake.
you know, I don't hate this actually. I've never had fruitcake before.
Okay,
I've never either.
you guys, you're jumping ahead and you're eating it.
Is that
What
like
do you think?
raisin? Am I just tasting a bunch of raisins?
This is not it.
You know, that would be so good if you
Oh,
no, if you
that is
toasted it
so
and
good.
put butter on it. that would be yummy.
Okay, if it was toasted, I hear you with that, something crisper.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna try this one.
This is not for me.
You have to really like raisins.
So
yeah,
this is a fruitcake. I think this is the traditional fruitcake, and this one's the cherry.
Oh, well, I'll opt for a cherry.
Yeah, I'm not tasting any cherries in that one.
No, that was just straight raisins.
I'm not mad about that. I like that.
Why is there so much fruit?
I know,
Would you have it for your wedding?
I mean, no.
What a horrible
Start a trend,
what a
Joseph.
horrible
I don't
way to
think
start
that's
a
gonna be
life.
I can't believe that they have that as traditional wedding cake.
In where?
New Zealand.
Okay, well, I'm not a Kiwi.
Yeah,
I just bit into a raisin.
I know.
No.
I mean, like chocolate and raisin cookie, I don't like that. This is just like a dense, it's giving dense cake with raisins.
But it's crumbly. Like
and it's crumbly, it's dry. Why did they have to
It
put
is
so
dry.
many raisins in it?
It's very dry.
Because it's a fruit
Yeah,
cake,
I'm not
Susie.
sure. I don't need it. I don't need it that much.
No
anyway.
more? Okay.
I don't know.
I definitely couldn't. People are giving this as hosting gifts and stuff, so
Please don't.
unsure.
Please do not do that. Okay. No, that's a no.
We're going to switch gears here, okay?
Woo, okay. Let's talk about wrapping paper. And you know, this topic, I love wrapping paper.
Yes, you do.
But this is a topic that you really have feelings
Oh,
about.
I do, yes.
You want to share first?
Well, I just feel like I've been a creative talk show producer for 9 years, and that I should be able to wrap a gift at this point in my life, and I just have, that skill's really been lost on me.
We need another lesson.
I know, gosh.
I feel like I've taught you this.
You have
skill.
many times.
So-
Susie helps me with all these things in my
And
life.
you love it, right? Like you color coordinate.
I love wrapping paper. I love to choose it for the season. I haven't found it yet. I was at Home Goods the other day and I was trying to get the 3 rolls because you need 3. You need a pattern. It's kind of a solid. You do. And then something more like a picture kind of. And I couldn't find it. And I was frustrated. And I just dropped them and left. I really
You were so frustrated at Home Goods. You were like, ow.
And the other thing I feel is that a gift worth giving is a gift worth wrapping. And I just, I just feel wrapping.
But what about the odd-sized presents?
You can figure it out.
A bag.
Do you
I'm all about a bag.
Do you like
some
doing
tissue
that?
paper?
Do you like the challenge?
I don't like the challenge because I like a wrapped gift, so that when you have to go to a bag, I feel like I've failed.
Well, I'm failing every single day because anybody that's getting a gift from me, I apologize in advance.
Sorry.
It's gonna be a bag, but with cute tissue paper. I
Yeah.
really go out of my
Okay.
way
Okay.
to go and
I
like
appreciate
look
that.
for some cute
And you can
tissue
reuse
paper.
it. It's
Exactly.
for the environment.
It's sustainable.
It is.
I'm
It
thinking
is.
about the
I
environment.
think Kelly and I might need the same wrapping lesson.
Yes.
Is what I'm hearing from that.
I think really that's what it comes down to is I would like a wrapping lesson because you're like the
I like that.
Kardashians in that.
Oh.
They post all over social media
Oh,
about
really?
the amazing wrapping paper that's all matching for the gifts, and it does look stunning under the tree.
Are they
so.
doing it?
Well, they say they are. That's true.
I would like to
I don't know,
wrap
fact
for
check
the
me on that.
Kardashians. How can I get that job? Wrapping for the Kardashians?
Boom.
Also, if you have cats, it's real hard to do that.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Like,
Get over it.
they're just
Yet
all
another
over it.
reason.
I know.
I
I
have a
don't
dog.
even have a Christmas tree this year
I
because
know,
of the
because you
cats.
got to put the ornaments like
What do you
all
do?
the way
Because you both
up.
have cats. What do you do?
I can't put any ornaments at the bottom. It has to be up.
We're finally the cat's old enough that it's not an issue anymore.
okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think
My cat's still 3, and I don't
I know,
know
mine
when
are-
he's gonna grow up.
Mine are only 2. I don't think I'm there yet.
I have a
Sad.
dog, not a issue.
Oh, Kato.
I have a dog, so he's not
He's
interested
good.
in the ornaments. But okay, well,
Okay, well, before we take off,
Yeah.
we have to talk about holiday travel
Absolutely.
because it's one thing that I feel like most of us can agree on that we don't love, either planes, cars, driving, any of it. But Delta's actually trying to make it better. They're bringing Shake Shack on board, sort of. Not to everyone, right? First class?
first class
Oh,
only,
man.
and only right now
Out of Boston.
Out of Boston.
Oh.
I think they might, extend it, but still the first class.
So you're saying my flight that I'm taking on Delta from Seattle to Spokane
Will
is
not.
not going to
in fact,
have...
gonna have
No.
Shake
I just
Shack.
feel so sorry for those first class people. They really
Right.
need
Yeah.
extra
Shake
things.
Shack.
That's the thing. I guess I would be like, can I have the regular menu and not Shake Shack?
Oh, no, you're not a Shake Shack
Shake
person.
Shack does nothing for
Oh,
me.
oh,
Yeah.
don't tell that to
That's a
Susie.
hot take.
You love it? It's
I
your favorite.
do.
Oh
I
my
do
God,
love
what
it.
do you love there?
I love the burgers. I love how fresh they are and the meat, and
okay.
I just love
The
Shake Shack.
smells that are going to waft back
always love
to the
that smell.
peasants in
Yeah.
the where I
Yeah.
sit.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
it's a
it's
safety
great.
issue because if we all sitting in coach are smelling Shake Shack,
There could be a riot on board.
it's like a coup. We could go up to first class and grab their burgers.
Well, I
Not
guess
you.
if I ever sit in first class, which will never happen, but if I ever do, I am more than happy to come back and
you send
say,
me back?
guess what, Susie?
This is all for you.
This is all coming right your way. Why Boston? I just like.
Isn't that where it's from?
I don't know. Maybe that's where it's from. I'm
just very intrigued why they picked Shake Shack.
I actually think that's pretty cool though. Like, the airlines, it's so much of a crapshoot to fly anywhere at any time these days. I think the airlines are just doing like anything they can to like try and like entertain people.
Fair enough.
Stand out a little bit.
I do like when there's music in the buskers.
Oh yeah.
The SeaTac Airport has reindeer sometimes.
Oh,
that's kind of fun.
That is very fascinating.
Going back to Santa pictures, I will say when I was living in San Diego and flying back, and I was sad because I wasn't spending time with my family around work, whatever. There was a Santa in the San Diego airport, and I got to take a Santa picture by myself.
Wow.
So we have never
It's
missed.
not your parents making you do it.
True.
I'm sitting on my own.
That's the real story.
I've turned into my mother. I
love
think
that.
I love Santa pictures.
We all turn into
I'm not
our
afraid
mothers,
to admit
Yes,
it.
we do.
Oh, I think that's wonderful.
True. I didn't really realize that till it all. You all brought that full circle
That's
for
the
me.
joy of the holidays.
That's what our families do to us and for us, right? Like
I love it.
Yep. I'm going to be thinking about that for a long time. I like that.
And Shake Shack.
Good.
And Shake Shack. I might actually
Now I want Shake Shack for lunch.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No on the fruitcake. Yes on the Shake Shack.
Thank you, everyone. This is so fun.
So fun. Thank you so much. And thanks for spending time with us today for this special holiday celebration. So much fun. And from our New Day family to yours, have a wonderful holiday season full of joy and the people you love.
Well, that's amazing. Absolutely. And you can check out our website, of course, for more of our content. And you can always send us an email to share your thoughts. Don't forget to enjoy your new day, and we'll all see you next time.
Some segments of New Day Northwest are paid for by these fine sponsors: